Hello Rebel and welcome back to my life. So a while ago I read Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. You may remember I actually reviewed it on this channel. I liked it, it was a good story. Sanderson is clearly a good storyteller and an amazing world builder, but at the same time I wasn't like super motivated to continue the series at that time. But the book that I'm working on now has a plot thread that is vaguely similar to something in Mistborn, so I decided to reread it. I enjoyed it about as much the second time through, which is a good thing. It didn't, drop in quality, and knowing what was going to happen didn't diminish my enjoyment of the story. But this time I decided to go on. I read book 2, and then in very short order, I read book 3. I have to say, in all honesty, I did not enjoy the second book, The Well of Ascension, as much as Mistborn, like, kind of by a large margin. It dropped many of my favorite things from the first book, like it felt like it had a completely different tone, the story was just a little bit more convoluted, and it had these two extraneous subplots that I just didn't enjoy at all. Like, I was like, why are these even here? They just don't make anything better. But it got to the end, and it was still good, even though it wasn't as good as the previous one, so I decided to just press on, and I went and I read the third book. That book is The Hero of Ages. And it is freaking incredible. This book oh man, I tore through it in like a couple of days. And it felt like Sanderson was answering the things that I didn't like about book 2, point by point, in book 3. Some of the issues that I had with book 2, like the markedly darker tone, were even explicitly discussed by the characters in this book. It was like they were going, yeah, you know that thing that happened in the last book? Yeah, we didn't enjoy that either, and we're going to change that. And the ending of this book is absolutely freaking incredible. The way everything ties together and wraps up is just completely amazing. It left me just sitting there in shock and awe and wishing there was more, but also understanding why there wasn't, and also not wanting there to be more. It's very confusing, but in a good way. So basically, The Hero of Ages wasn't just better than book 2, and it didn't just redeem book 2 for me. It made the entire Mistborn trilogy an absolute must-read as far as I'm concerned. If you like fantasy, you've got to read this series. I just really think you'll like it. That is it from me today, Rebel. However, quick note before I go, my book, The Alchemist's Touch, comes out today. There's a link where you can get it in the description below. I worked quite hard on it, and it's re-releasing, so I hope that you'll at least go check it out. While you're here, you can also check out my last video on the channel right up there, or my Patreon right down there, but other than that, I will see you on Monday. Bye!